4 minutes before we start? Meanwhile, you can browse through our website. I'll be walking you through a lot of features through our website as well. All right, so we have close to 20 participants. Let us go ahead and start. So welcome everybody. Thank you very much for taking your time out, on a Tuesday afternoon. We are very, very happy that all of you joined us today for this webinar, something that we really, really look forward to. This is the first time that we are doing a webinar on our product that is called PowerBoard, which is a cloud management platform that we have built targeting for your teams. So, your executives, your product managers, your DevOps engineers, your system administrators, and your product managers as well. Now, before I give you an overview of what that cloud management platform does, how do we manage cost, how do we manage security and pricing, and so on and so forth, let me set the agenda for the session. So it's about 45 minutes that we expect. It will take. You could ask me questions on your chat window. We are doing it on Google Meet. So please feel free to put your questions on chat window. We have our technical team on standby. So, while I am giving you demonstration, they will be, answering your questions in the chat window. If there is any information that you need, or if you want us to reach out to you after this call, drop your contact information and we will be happy to, connect with you again. All right. So I will start with a demonstration of PowerBoard. For this particular session, I will be spending time on cost part. Okay. So cloud management platform will do a lot of things for us. But today we are going to focus on cost management. It does way too many things. And then 2 weeks from today, we are going to have another session where we will be spending time on security part. I will give you a preview of security today, but the deep dive is something that we are going to do on, in the next webinar. Okay. So I am assuming that most of you are quite familiar with cloud, right? And today we will focus on AWS. As of today, PowerBoard supports AWS. On 1st of July, we are going to launch PowerBoard for Azure as well. Okay, so the webinars that we will have in July, we are going to focus on PowerBoard for Azure. So now let's say I am a project manager or I am a CXO, right? And obviously cost and security, are the number one priorities. Like both of these are number one. So So, and I don't know much about cloud, right? So what I'll do, I'll say to, to my colleague, Aditya, who is a DevOps engineer, hey, please give me credentials. I want to log in and I want to check how much money we are spending. And Aditya will say, okay, boss, here are your credentials. So I will log in here, and this is what I see. I see AWS Management Console. Now, I obviously have absolutely no idea where to go, what button to click, what not to do, right? And let's say somebody says, boss, you need to go to, billing module. And, I will ask them, hey, I want to know how much money we are spending. Uh, why are we spending so much money? Like, last month I signed a check for like $10,000, and this month, you are telling me that will go to like $12,000. What is going on? And obviously, people will not have any answers that would satisfy me, because I am an executive. I'll go and I'll just go to my billing dashboard, and I'll say, okay, let me see what I have in my billing dashboard. And this is AWS console. It is as bland as it can be. And this is my billing dashboard, and I could see that, yes, I see some data that I have spent some, 1,000 rupees up to date per month, and this is what I am going to spend. And that's about it, right? I don't see much. Now, let me move to PowerBoard, right? So in PowerBoard, I have my cost screen, and this is what I see. So I can see that, this is my cost till date. Okay, that makes sense. This is my estimated cost for June. Yeah, those are the things that are available here as well. Now, this is an interesting thing. I have an average monthly cost of $7,934, and this is based on last 6 months data. So I could see that estimated cost for June is almost $1,000 less than what I have been spending on the last 6 months, which tells me that my team is, really doing something good when it comes to, managing costs. And I could also see that, hey, they have used the credit that we got from our cloud, partner, the technical manager. Now, what actually is very, very interesting for me is that, there is a tool that is telling me that, hey, you have some opportunity to save some money per month. Obviously, it is, not huge when compared to the money that I am spending, but with the right set of data, obviously this could be thousands of dollars, and I could see the detail as well. I will come to it in a sec. But look at this. I can save 37% on something that I was not doing earlier. Now, I am a non-technical person. This is what I am emphasizing. You see, we emphasize here that this is a cloud management platform for your teams. Not everybody in my team is a cloud expert, which means, if I go here, there are 5 different ways that I could see data. But, for all the non-technical people, for all the product managers, they don't necessarily want to learn AWS and Azure and Google Cloud for their day-to-day management work. If I have to launch a server, I'm a DevOps person, yes, I will get AWS certified, Azure certified, Google certified, so on and so forth. But for the most part, if I am going to manage my cloud, if I'm a cloud administrator, I want something right on my fingertip, right on my dashboard. And this particular dashboard gives me a 360-degree view of everything. So it tells me that what services I am going to spend money, for the month of June. Where are my cost savings? So you see here, this is different than this one. Now, I'm sure if you are working on cloud, you are quite familiar with reserve instances, or RI as they are very fondly known as. And they are available in AWS, they are available in Azure, and they are available in a lot of other cloud platforms. But apart from that, apart from RI, and you can see that we have one dedicated section. I'll go to it, as soon as I'm done with cost part. So there are some estimated cost savings as well. And you see here that I have some 28, EBS volumes, which are hard drives. They are lying unattached. They are orphaned. And if I can convert them into snapshots, right? And then again, like if I explain that to a technical person, he'll say, oh, what is a snapshot? Why do I have to store it in S3? That is all, gibberish to me or Greek to me. So we simply say, hey, you know what? You have an opportunity to save 150 bucks, right? And then you multiply that with 12. So for a year, you are saving close to $2,000. Now, as and when, now this customer, this is like a small account, so it is only like $7,000-8,000 per month. But imagine if you are spending $100,000 per month, the amount of savings that you are going to see is pretty huge. So if I'm an executive, I'm a manager, what I'll do, I'll just simply ask one of my team member to log into PowerBoard and say, hey, Aditya, can you see this thing? Can you tell me that why we are not utilizing these cost savings? Yeah. So now I did show you this thing in the very beginning, that how PowerBoard helps your organization. And we actually are very proud of saying this tagline, that save time, save money, and grow business. And this is exactly what we do. We don't need to have a technical person saying that, hey, I am going to audit AWS account today and I will give you recommendation today. A cloud platform like PowerBoard, it will continuously audit your account, because AWS will give you opportunity every single day. Now, I am sure that if you are working with AWS for a while, you would know that they launch more than 1,000 services and features and upgrades every year, which simply means that it opens up that opportunity to improve our cost saving, increase our security, and make our governance better. Okay, and that is the benefit an organization will have, or for that matter, your teams will have when you have PowerBoard. PowerBoard will continuously work with AWS and Azure to give you those cost savings. Okay. Now, look at this thing. This is one beautiful chart. Trend of total cost per month for last 12 months. Now, if I am an executive who is signing a check, or if I am an executive who is responsible for this project, I would know that this is where we were at peak, obviously, where our CFO got, let's say he was not very happy. And then, something happened, and then we started the downward trend. Now, obviously, this downward trend, this is for one of the Indian customer. So you could see that they did not do very, very well. And obviously the cloud spend shows that. So in the Feb, they were at peak, and that is where, the lockdown happened, and they are, going at the very end. And you could see here that in the month of May, the total spend of $5,374. And you see here, right now they are at like, $7,000. So you could see that, yes, business is coming back. Okay. Now, similar to this, we have another data, and you see, this is like a non-technical data. You don't need to know AWS to understand how much money you have spent in last 12 months. And you don't need to, be very, very technical to understand what is your daily cost average. Now, this daily cost average is a very, very interesting metric. So you know that in the month of May or month of June, and I'll show this to you in the dashboard. Do remember that we are right now on cost screen. As I said, there are way too many things for us to show in one short webinar of 40-45 minutes. But I will show you cost and home screen today. Okay. So you see here, we can take a look at the daily cost average, and we do show daily cost for all days, like 7 days or last 10 days. And you can immediately say that, hey, I am normally spending 131 bucks a day. Why did I spend 200 bucks yesterday? Now see, an executive doesn't need to be technical to understand this thing, and they can simply ask their team to do a root cause analysis that, hey, please let me know what is it that we did differently. And people will get alerted that, hey, somebody is watching over us, so we better not provision something. Okay. This is the agility, this is the control, this is the guardrail Powerboard puts for your team when you have this data in front of you, like a 360-degree view, that you can very well say what is it that we did in February 20, and then you obviously don't have to go few months ago. You can simply find out root cause analysis in less than 24 hours. Okay. Now, a very, very important graph. Most of the organization that I work with, they don't know that where their resources are lying idle, or for that matter, if I have a person in my company who is obviously provisioning servers in Australia, how am I going to know that? And I'll tell that, hey, we are running our development, our staging, our production in Singapore. Why exactly am I launching servers in Australia? And those servers were launched, why are they running? This will give system administrators a very, very clear indication that, hey, something is really, really wrong, right? We are spending some money somewhere, and why are they doing that? Yeah. So this is where this graph becomes absolutely, absolutely important. Because see, I mean, here we can say that, yes, these are the services with highest cost, like I mentioned here in my billing dashboard. And this is just to give you an idea that even if I'm a technical person, I'll show you how difficult it is for me. Now look at that, like maybe I am spending a lot of money on RDS. Okay, now I have to go and see inside of Asia Pacific that, yes, this is where I am spending money. I don't have to worry about that. I could see it right here through a map. And I don't have to go, and I don't have to know the name, and I don't have to find out. There is no way I find out that how do I where do I spend money. Obviously there are places in AWS where you go drill down, and then you can search and sort and do all sort of things. But the whole point is, give me a small tool, a single dashboard where I can do all the things that I want. And obviously, if I am a a technical project manager or a product manager, I know that this is where I am spending a lot of my money. And to be very honest, this is not a very good site, because we are in India. We pay almost, well, we pay 18% GST. And you see here, the most money that we are paying is for a tax instead of a service, which simply means that there is a huge room of improvement for this particular customer. Yeah. If you have any questions, keep putting it on the chat window, please. I will be more than happy to answer that. I did mention that we have our technical team standby. If you have any questions related to product, related to features, related to availability, please let us know, and then people are going to answer that. You could also visit our website. Yes. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, everybody. So you could also visit our website, and then you could see more information over there. So now that I have done that, let me quickly go to my home page. This is obviously where you will log in, and this is where you will see a lot of information related to cost, related to governance, related to server, related to security, related to storage. Yeah. And through this information, you can find out if I am, my cloud is going well, or the cost management on cloud, it needs some sort of tweaking, right? You don't need to be a cloud expert, or if you are a cloud expert, you can really, really drill down. Okay. So, so let's see. So obviously you see here all the information which is most relevant. Now, our team has been working on cloud for past 4 years. A lot of people with a lot of collective, experience on cloud for hundreds and hundreds of projects. And what we have observed, and that is the reason we have put these three things right on the top, is that 80% of the cost is spent on servers, or rather compute and storage. Okay, and that is the reason we wanted to put all these things right here. Okay, so I'll spend more time on that as well. So this is the one graph that we saw on the other page, which is very, very important. We want to know what exactly is the cost we are incurring for every single region. Okay, now once we have done that, I did mention that cost and security are two of the most important priorities for every organization, who are working on cloud or not working on cloud. When they are working on cloud, it becomes increasingly more high. The reason is cloud gives you a paradigm shift for cost, as with respect to a data center or on-premises hosting. So this is where we give you a snapshot of security and governance check. We do more than 4,000 security and governance check depending on the services that you use. For this particular customer, we did close to 1,600 security and governance check, and we found 213 high-risk item. And then of course you can see the breakup as well. And most of the time I did mention it is EC2. So yes, you could see here EC2, IAM security, again, networking, and then of course you have storage. So this is something that I will drill down in our next section, in our next webinar that we will have exactly 2 weeks from now. But this is something that we do, which can allow you to take care of your account like a pro. An executive can simply take a snapshot, send it to their security people and say, can you take a look at this? And those security people can join PowerBoard. They just need an access to PowerBoard, and they will see everything, including the remediation. Okay, so all right, very good. So Mehul, I'll answer your question in a sec. Maybe another 6-7 minutes of demonstration, and then I will take questions. Okay. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So daily cost comparison for last 7 days. Now you see here, this is really, really interesting. So you could see it is flattened. Like, I'm sure this is the term that we all must be familiar with. Flatten the curve, right? So you see here that they are at a good level where they, the cost is more or less same. One day the cost was more, and that is where this customer can go and say, hey, can you tell me what exactly happened on that day? A tool should always help you save time and help you save money, and that is where people actually buy product. Any product, it should either save time or it should save money for people working on it, using it. It could be an executive or a DevOps engineer or a system administrator or a product manager. So when a tool allows you to ask questions, that are intelligent questions, that is where I think people like that too. Okay. Obviously, you get security overviews, all the unattached resources. I will talk about the security overview later, in my second webinar. But then you can see here that they are in pretty good shape. Only one state of alarm. And then these are some of the best practices that AWS says. And you can see that, they certainly have issues with their security groups, which are instance level firewall. This is where we keep talking about servers. You could see here that they have only one reserved, and they have like 4 on-demand instances. I will show you those as well. These are all the instances with their running type, and these are all the server utilizations. And you could see here that they are doing fairly well, right? So 75% is high utilization, and 25% is optimum, between 20% and 80%. If you have servers under 0%, then you might want to right size them, okay, because you are spending more money on it. This is your storage, and if I scroll up, you could see that they have very little storage on S3, which is your object storage, and almost 3 terabyte, little over 3 terabyte on block storage. Now, I'm sure most of you must be knowing that block storage is $100 a terabyte, and this guy is $24 a terabyte. So they are spending $300 a terabyte, where they could technically spend less than $100 a terabyte, less than $100 for that entire 3 terabyte. Now, if you multiply that by 12, we are talking $2,400. Yeah. So that's the benefit that we get from PowerBook. Okay. And then, of course, we have cost comparison for AWS services for last month and current month. Okay. Very, very beneficial. I want to show you a few things before time runs out. So I spoke about RI recommended saving, and then there is a details page for that. And I would love to see this for all the folks who are running a lot of servers. So you could see that we give you the on-demand monthly cost for all the servers that are running. We give you the RI monthly cost, and then we give you RI yearly cost, and this is the money that you are actually going to save. And we also give you detailed recommendation. Okay, so we give you the instance name, instance type, we give you on-demand cost. Now, all you could do is you can take a snapshot of this and you can send it to the person who is responsible for your RI. That could be your cloud architect, that could be your cloud administrator. I have seen some companies in Malaysia that I worked with. They have like finance people who are in charge of RI. Okay, so and if you have hundreds of servers, you see here, see, it says that it is running from 136 days, and you can save $48 yearly. Now, this is obviously a small instance, but this is a big instance. And imagine if you have dozens of servers running like that. Yeah, how much money you are going to save? And this is a justification of the money that you can save. Okay. One more thing that I want to show you is server page. So this is something that we saw, how much servers that they are running, what is the cost they have, what is the usage they have, and what was the cost you had last time. Okay. Apart from that, we also give obviously information about EC2. One very interesting thing that we did is filter out all the activities related to your servers as in EC2. When those servers were started, when those servers were deleted, when those servers were stopped, not deleted, when those servers were terminated. And then if it was done by a user or if it was done by a cloud, itself, like an auto scaling. Okay. One more thing that I'll show you is the inventory. Now you see here, every single thing, and again, this is what I am talking about. Yeah. And you see here, this is really not that, easy whenever we work with, a service, that where they have spent money and what they have spent money. Okay. But if you come to PowerBoard, you can simply sort on the cost, and you could see that where you are spending money and what is the usage as well. So you go to resource utilization. This is a resource utilization and cost distribution. Whatever money you have spent on your cloud account till date, you get all of that right here. So if I want to see that how much money I have spent on savings plan, I could just come to this screen and show it over here. Okay. So wonderful stuff. And then pretty much, there are many things that we are working that are in.
Okay, I'll reinitiate the transfer. I think it is not properly taken. Because I did not get a message saying that it is being taken. I don't know what is happening.
Can we put
yesterday my QNB is saying do not honor. My 14,000 payment is getting blocked.
All right, thank you. All right. So these are some of the screens that we have right now, and then there are many more things that we have in pipeline. If you are connected with us on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter, uh, you know uh, uh, you will get to know all these things. You could obviously visit our website. This is our website, and you can connect with us. You could also subscribe for our newsletter. We do a monthly newsletter, and then once in a week, we also send information related to PowerBoot. Feel free to subscribe to it, or you can put your email address in the chat window, and then we will go ahead and add you to our email distribution list. Okay, I will now look at some of the questions. Every day, every company talk about saving cost. I need to know what kind of information I share with my management to start initial dialogue. Well, what I would say, recommend, Mehul. See, cost saving is something that is done by the people who are on the ground. Now, most of the time, what happens is, if cost saving is thought of as a, like, if I come to your company and I say, I know really good things about cost, about AWS and Azure, you give me a contract, I will reduce your cost. That is same as, if you have some intelligent people in your organization as well. So, like, I could be an intelligent people, you could be an intelligent person. The whole point is, do we want to make it a people dependent activity, or do we want to make it a tool dependent activity? And that is what I was actually explaining, that cost is just one part of it. But if you take a tool, now that tool is something that is working with AWS or Azure or other cloud platform 24/7, okay, and giving you all the benefits. Now, what is the benefit? So I'll give you an example. AWS has a tendency to release new instance type. I think recently they released a new instance type of C5. Now that instance type would be more powerful, which means the performance is really good, and it will be cheaper than the previous generation instances. Now see, that is something that we can build inside of our tool, and we can say that, hey, you are already running, so I'll show you here. You see, these are the running instances by that type, right? And we can say, so for example, this guy is running like a T2.micro and T2.medium. Now, if we go with T3A.micro, that is like what? I think it is 40% better in terms of performance and 25% cheaper. So that is where tool comes into picture. All right. So if you were to start a discussion with management, I think we need to look at it more than just a cost saving part.
No, so
yeah. Go ahead. Somebody wanted to talk. Yeah. If so, I hope I answered your question, Mehul. This is more than just the cost saving by one person. It is essentially cloud management, which means you talk about cost, you talk about security. Now, like I did mention here, now look at this thing. I personally think this is really beautiful, where depending on your services, there are some checks that are running, right? And on the fly, you are getting information how to remediate these checks as well. And tomorrow, if you just happens to go and add a new service in your cloud account, there won't be any other person who need to do that audit again, because this cloud will again run. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Before yeah, Mehul, you want to say something?
yeah, I'm just waiting for your this confirmation. Like there are multiple people in the forum, so I this is the questions related to the cost. I can understand. Like I'm talking about the company Capgemini, who have a huge contract with most of the UK and USA region. Okay, so when we
Mm-hmm.
pitch to the, I am at a good position where I can pitch to the my management, okay, this
Mm-hmm.
is the see, first of all, I'm not a, cloud platform guy. I'm managing the
Yeah.
network part, okay, from the
Right.
Capgemini point of view, with the multiple UK accounts. But yeah, definitely somewhere if I can add the value to my management, and I can try to showcase that, 'cause some this kind of tool. See, there are many people in the management, but it is more about, like, how you first of all start with that, and how to take it further, and get it actual benefit to the company as well as to the client, because those are the final people who really wanted to see the benefit in terms of the cost, in terms of the resource management, in terms of the issues are not repeating, in terms of the audit security, and whatever be the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
benefits that we are deriving from this. So my question, once again, start with that. If suppose if I want to initiate, okay, this dialogue
Mm-hmm.
with my
Mm-hmm.
management, so where,
Mm-hmm.
because see, there are a lot of internal process, client process, that all the things are secondary, like, once they really wanted to implement or not to implement, or probably might our architect is saying, no, this is very common tool, or we have all these features available in some other tools, or kind of thing. But if you
Mm-hmm.
are more confident, and because I came via Akbar reference here, so he
Mm-hmm.
told me, okay, this is the something, a new tool which we are now implementing in multiple MNCs, and this
Mm-hmm.
is going to benefit to your company as well. So,
Right.
like, definitely there are a few other competitors, but our tool is more powerful and more benefited than other product which is available in the
Right.
market. So,
Right.
like, my question is same, like, okay, what kind of, like, I have to present in such a manner. Okay, I have
So,
joined this. So I have joined this webinar, and high level, I come to know, okay, this tools is useful for the AWS and Azure point of view, and
right.
are the benefits you are going to arrive. In case if you really wanted to go or understand, I can directly patch with you, and then probably that architect or some other people
Sure.
who
Sure.
are more technology oriented people,
Right.
they can
Right.
join and then discuss with you, or argue with you, or maybe challenge with you, or kind of thing.
Absolutely. Oh
And
yes. Yes.
we can have a,
So
it is more about, like, if one account is roll out successful, then we
I
have
know.
a
I know.
multiple accounts kind of thing.
So,
Okay, so
to
that.
answer your question, if so, first thing they should, the whole idea of selling a product would be to sell the category. That why exactly they need a cloud management platform. So, I was looking for a Gartner's, magic quadrant for this year, 2020. So, from last year onward, Gartner started tracking CMPs, cloud management platform, since 2019, and they believe that this will become as ubiquitous as a cloud itself. So every company will have a cloud management platform that will be used to manage cloud. So right now we are just talking about cloud security and governance, and you see here, I think we say that we need only a read-only access. So right now we are not making any change to your cloud account, but eventually, right now we have we do have capability that we can tell you that these servers are running idle, and we'll show you on your Slack or your email or your Jira, and if you say that yes, go ahead and delete it, we can go and terminate that. So those kind of things will also come into picture. So you see, this is how we actually work right now, with only read access. But eventually there are many products in the market that they take like a write access, and from that cloud management platform you can go and change whatever configuration you want. So to start a conversation, I think it will be a good thing to give a reference of Gartner's Magic Quadrant report. I will share it with you, or maybe with Akbar. He can share that with you, and then you talk about that. Yes, PowerBoat does that. One of the very important feature how we are different, and here I have mentioned that in. Is that we have a dedicated cloud consultant, okay, that we give to your account. What that dedicated cloud consultant actually does, that we prepare these reports, so this is how we see your data, and we get all the recommendations for cost, for security, for governance, and then we set up a time with you saying that, hey, we want to discuss all these things with you, and to work with you that how you can improve these things. Okay, that in my personal opinion, as of now, is our USP. And that is how you could take discussion forward to your organization. Yeah, this is what I was
So
trying.
I need some artifacts which I can share
Sure.
then. So
Yeah,
probably internal architect can go through,
sure.
check, or might ask me the questions on that. So at least I
Absolutely.
need few artifacts which
Sure.
actually understand by the technical people instead of
Absolutely.
discuss about the costing part first.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sure, we'll do that. Thank you. All right, great. Anybody has any other question? We still have 4 or 5 minutes left. No questions?
Yes, there is one more question, Albert.
Okay, yeah. So how you
It is asked.
identify if the workload is based on average or peak utilization? Well, so this is essentially just a CPU utilization, to be very honest. As of now, we do not have details about it. But then what we are planning is to give you a trend of CPU utilization. So we'll give you like a 14-day or a monthly trend of CPU utilization. And what that will help you is that, let's say there are like dev and test environments. And those dev and test environment run for, let's say 12 hours, maybe 16 hours, or between Monday to Friday. We can give you an option to auto schedule them for, a shutdown or a start time. Right, and that will obviously allow you to save cost. Similarly, if you see that during 12 hours or 16 hours, if the load is really less, then what you could do is you could right size those instances. That will also allow you to reduce cost. There is a catch, however. Let's say if the CPU utilization is less, but the memory is going through the roof, there could be a false positive, right? So right now, this is something that is a work in progress for us. But yes, that's what we have in plan. Yes, right now I don't think that it is really cool for which is a memory intensive one, because what exactly happen is I'm sure you are aware that in AWS memory is a metric that is not provided by default by AWS. So we have to write a custom metric for that, and because we are only taking read-only permission, read-only access of customer account, this is something that we cannot facilitate right now. The whole idea is when we work with a customer and then when the relationship gets better, then we can suggest that customer that, hey, why don't you give us a write-only permission and we'll do certain things. So we will work with their cloud admins and then we can, yes, get into the memory utilization model as well. Thank you. That was a very good question. So one more thing I will share, like how do we get started, right? What are some of the ways to get started? All you need to do is you need to fill this form here, start free trial. Put all your information in there. Email ID and phone number are important. We'll call you and then we'll onboard you like in less than 15 minutes. So you will get one email. That email will have a code. And then we will work with you and we give you a script, which is something that you need to apply on your cloud account, and that's about it. And you start seeing data for your cloud account, in less than 1 hour. So you see most of your data would come in 15 minutes, and then rest of your data would come, within 1 hour. Right? So onboarding is fairly simple. And if you have any other questions related to our product, there is plenty of information on the website itself. And then if you want to reach out to us. You can always reach out to us at powerboat@loves.cloud. I did mention that we've been working with cloud for many years. Most of the people in our team have been working with cloud, in all the flavors, on-prem, hybrid, AWS, Azure, and Google. We built this product because we faced certain issues in-house. We have like 7 accounts on AWS, 3 accounts on Azure, and 2 accounts on Google. And we had a lot of problems managing these accounts. So that is where we started building on it. Maybe we can have a webinar where I talk more about the architecture of this thing. But this is built completely on serverless architecture, microservices framework, written in Python, and we heavily use Lambda for this thing. Okay. All right. So if you do not have any other questions, those are all the things I have. I again thank you all of everybody to joining us. We will be sharing information that you need from us, for this particular product. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I am still online. If you don't have questions, please go ahead and drop off. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Albert. This is Srinivas here. This is quite an innovative product which you guys have come up with. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And probably I'll get in touch with you regarding
Sure.
partner program if you have any.
Yes, absolutely. So I did send to a few people. We definitely have like an affiliate and partner program. And then, just ping me on WhatsApp and then we can connect tonight.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thanks a
Thank you,
lot.
Srinivas. Okay, bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Hi Albert, this is Vishal. The tool is really good, Albert. I really appreciate that, and I will call you.
Sure. All right, great. I'm glad that you could join us. So thank you very much
I was
for
in
joining.
another call, but
yes,
as soon as
thank
I
you for
came out
joining.
of the call, I immediately joined.
Very good. Yeah, very good. So I'm happy that you could join. So this is something that we could really work on with Vishal.
Yes,
Yep.
sure,
Very
Albert.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. All right, I guess we can. If anybody has any questions, please ask. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that we have. All right, thank you. I think we could drop off then. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.